sir. Like psychological assessments and the behavior assessments, personality assessment.
Is that 4th unit or 5th unit?
5th unit, we have completed a little bit of till the constructions, principles of test constructions, how we have to see. Reliability means like stages of constructions.
Yeah. So today we will start with unit 6, which is talking about reliability and validity. Test construction, as I said. First you select which particular psychological construct you would like to construct a test. Then according to that you plan. Then you select which type of questions would cover all that. Then you make a pool of questions. Then you show it to the experts to take the review. Then you conduct a pilot study. So once you have done with the pilot study, it's going to give you a lead. So which questions are okay, which questions should not be included and all that, and what are the corrections has to be made. So based on that, you do the required or actions. So which questions should be in and which questions should be out. For that also we do item analysis. Did you remember that? It's called discrimination index. So which are high, which are low, which are not answered, etc. So they try to remove and they try to select the one which are most appropriate. And they try to include in the main scale. So based on that, they try to find out reliability and validity. Then they try to frame or come up with norms. So how to score and all that. Then they try to publish it as a manual, and that manual is used for commercial purpose. So this is the end of this test construction. Today we will talk about unit 6, which is about reliability and validity. So now before getting to that, so what is reliability and what is validity? Because this chapter is going to be about that. So we have discussed this today, but what can be that? Reliability is described as R for repeated results, or yesterday you did not listen. Consistency of results is called as consistency, or repeated results is called as reliability. So every standardized test, especially, so all psychological tests or standardized tests, they will have this validity and reliability. Reliability is R for repeated results or consistency of results. So why we are expecting a consistency or same results? I said
because it's repeatedly the same test is happening with the same subject. So the subject
same
is aware
subject, yes, same subject, same test. So this is how we are expecting a consistency or same results. And even if the test conductor, for example, the who is administering the test may be different, but the test is same and the person who is taking the test is same. You getting me? The person who is taking the test is same and the type of test is also taking is the same. So that is the reason the result should not be getting affected because of the person who is administering. You agree with this?
Yes.
The person who is administering may change, but the person who is taking, if he is same, if he's taking the same test, so there is every possibility that the results are going to repeat. So this consistency of results is called as reliability. So generally there are different types of reliability. So how you establish or how you know reliability is of different types. We will try to look at that. First one, please write down test, retest, reliability. Test and retest reliability. So what this particular type is saying, you test once, then You
again retest.
retest. Okay. So when you retest after a time gap, you agree with this?
Yes.
For example, maybe at the beginning of these particular classes, then after the completion of classes, or maybe morning I have taken, and after completion at the end of the today's session, maybe I'm taking again a test. And what is this reliability is saying? It should be consistence of what? Results or
The data what we
scores.
obtain from the score.
Yes.
From the
For example, if it is to do with okay a score, so what score you are getting? Okay, if I test and if I administer same person with the same test over a period of time, after a time gap, if the test is same and if the person is same, so I will be getting the same results. Okay, so this is called as test retest reliability. Okay, so if I have constructed a test, so to establish reliability, so what I'm trying to do, I'm selecting some individuals or a group of people. I administer them. I have scores for them. Okay, then I am trying to again conduct the same test to the same individuals after a time period. So this time period can be, as I said, before and after a session, or it can be okay at the end of the day, or it can be over a period of time, over a okay gap of certain days. But still, if the results are same, so then our test is going to have reliability. Is it clear up to here?
yes.
It's simple. Test and retest. Okay, you're trying to test once, then you again retesting, and if there is okay consistency or same results, it is called as a reliable test. Okay, especially you're talking from test construction. So when you construct a test, if you want to establish reliability, so this is how you try to establish reliability. What if the scores are different? It may not be having reliability. You getting me?
Yes.
The test may not be constructed properly. Then we need to again get back to the procedure of again looking after. So what components would be, for example, of intelligence? Did we construct correctly or not? So we need to again recheck, reframe, and again you try to come up with a new form of test where you try to test again and again. Because if the same person taking the same test, there is every possibility that there should be repetition of scores. This is called as test retest method. Okay, alternate form method. Okay, so this is second way to measure okay reliability here. What is the alternate form?
Another option.
Another option or another set of okay another set of the test form you have. Okay, you try to conduct, then you try to look okay what is the correlation between this form and that form. Okay, to what extent these are okay showing the results, because you have designed a test okay for one particular psychological construct. You agree with this?
Yes,
For
sir.
example, if it is of intelligence, so you try to look from two forms, or as it is given a alternate form, you also have a one alternate form, and you try to check the scores. Test A, what is the score? Test B, what is the score? To what extent they are okay showing the similarity. Then please write down the third one, split of reliability. Split of reliability. Second one, we have an alternate one. What is the split of? What are they saying?
Split of reliability.
You split of one particular set of tests. First one you testing, then you again retesting. Second one you try to go with two forms, that is alternate form. Third one, same set or same test is divided into half. So same test, for example, 40 items would be divided into two halves of how many items?
2 items.
20, 20.
Yes.
40 would be divided into how many?
20, 20.
You getting me?
Yes.
So this is called a split of reliability test. Okay. Then you try to administer the two forms. Then you try to look at, so what is the consistency of results or correlation of the results between, okay, this half and the other half. So if they are same, what does it mean? They are trying to measure, they're trying to measure what the test is intended. For example, if it is intelligence, so the scores, if they are similar, so this is how the two set of questions are, okay, showing consistency, that is the repetition of our scores. Okay, so test, retest, then alternate. What was the second one? Alternate form.
Alternate form reliability.
Okay, alternate form.
Reliability.
Okay, I am trying to simplify and tell you. Okay,
Yes.
so already the test has been given. Okay, you do not get confused. So what is alternate form? You are having another set of questions. Okay, you have two forms. You're trying to check the consistency of results. So how many scores that is getting, and this is how many scores you're getting. So you are looking at that. And the third one is you trying to split the complete one test into two. Okay, so don't get confused. One test is divided into two halves, two equal halves. Then you administer the test, you look at the results, you try to find out so how close the results are. So based on the particular correlation and similarity, so you are trying to come up and say to what extent they are reliable. Okay, for example, you have coefficient from correlation of coefficient. Did you know value would be ranging from +1 to -1? Okay, maybe if you have this, we will study, or like this it will be. Okay, so they are going to tell you to what extent it is reliable. So once they construct a test, look for these different types of reliabilities and which particular method they have used. So they will tell that, okay, split of reliability is so and so, 0.58, 0.75. So more the reliable, the more we can, okay, go with this particular test. So when we have this particular test manuals, so what are these test manual? What is test manual?
All the instructions that are already given in the...
Yes, the complete test booklet. Okay, in that, so they are also going to mention which particular method they have used and what is the value of that particular method. Okay, so next time, or maybe the last time when you have conducted a test, so if it is a standardized test, okay, they are going to mention this particular reliability also. Or in before or the coming classes, when you come to the okay, practicals and all that. Okay, so if you are conducting a standard test, no, then there in the manuals they would have talking about this reliability. Okay, you make a note of that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the coming sessions you try to look at that. So they work out and they will give you which particular method they have used and what is the value. As simple as that. Then validity. What is validity? Validity. The test is called valid when it is having characteristic of measuring we discussed yesterday. You getting confused or forgetting?
Actually, we are in a dilemma, sir. Today is the last class. It is displaying.
You have another 2 classes now.
But in our schedule, it is displaying only today is the last class. So.
Yeah. It
Really?
will be a technical issue.
What they have given the link, it's showing as 20 and 21 also is the last one.
But actually, they've included the practical classes schedule, sir, from today onwards. So there must be some technical issues because of it.
But what actually I have, no? So it is showing as tomorrow is also class.
Yes, sir.
And last class would be on 21st August. 20 and 21. Right?
3 more classes.
Yes, yes. So for that you are worried?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't think so. Because already 8 is a already it's a less days, no? 8.
Yes, sir.
They won't cut on that actually. Because last time also we had 8 days, no? I remember.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe this should not be a issue. For example, you have any practical classes on this 2021?
24th, 25th we have, sir.
17, 18, fourth semester, sir. We would request to make us attend, means like allow us to attend once again.
17, 18, 19, 20, okay? 17, 18, okay, right? 16 also they might be having, right? 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think so. 2021, they said like, I would be having these particular classes. Okay, don't worry. I will check with them. Okay, if any one of you can give a number to me or like how you get contact with me. If not, you call to department, no? Today might be second Saturday, okay? On Monday you call, you get a clarity about that. But what they have, okay, I will note it down, okay? But what they have given me the schedule is up to 20 and 21. So don't worry. So that they're not going to change mostly.
It's there, sir. It's just a technical glitch.
Maybe Oga. Because it's already 8 days is the less days, or I think it's just enough kind of a thing where we won't get enough time for discussing each and every topic each day also or each session. They don't cut on that. Okay, don't worry.
Yes.
Okay. Then what is this validity? Please go ahead. What is validity? Because we're talking about
means
reliability
like,
and validity together. Okay, reliability is consistency.
Yeah.
Repeated scores. Then validity is the purpose.
the purpose
as simple as
the
yes, the purpose or what a test is made for. As I said, English question paper should measure only knowledge of English. So if you're testing other than English, it is not a
valid
test.
It's not valid.
Okay, valid test or a tool, or okay, it can be a simple psychological test. Okay, for example, if you're talking about intelligence test, if it is having questions or if it's trying to measure other than the intelligence, okay, it is not a valid test. But we know that a psychological test is a both reliable and
valid.
It is a valid test. So how to look or how to establish validity? Okay, first one, content validity. So what is the content? What you mean by content?
The questions or the format, what we are relating to the test, what we are going to execute.
Good. Okay, the content. So what you're trying to include under this particular test, if they are aimed or if they are prepared for measuring this particular construct, for example, like a intelligence, then it is called as content validity. The test is going to have content validity. So how will you come to know whether the content what you are taking or talking about is relating to intelligence only? So how you come to know?
Basing on the test, what we are administrating, if it is related to the intelligence, the questionnaire will be related to that. Or if we are testing about like emotions or feelings of a person, that stress levels, the questionnaires will be different.
Okay.
So basing on that, we will be able to segregate whether this content is suitable for a particular test or not.
For example, having clear-cut knowledge about what intelligence means, what are different components of intelligence. So if you have a clear-cut knowledge about this, so is there every possibility that you try to include them? You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
So having a clear-cut knowledge about what particular psychological construct you are talking about. So what it is made up of, or how many components does it have? Okay, if you have a clear-cut idea about that, and if you try to include all of them, there is every possibility that it is going to, okay, measure the so-called intelligence only if it is an intelligence test. You agree with this?
Yes.
So taking care of content. So which areas has to be included? It's called as content validity. The next, criterion validity. Please write down the second one, criterion validity. Okay, so what is criteria?
Certain requirements.
Certain requirements or predetermined rule kind of thing. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Certain criteria based on certain criteria. Okay, so if the criteria can be based on ages or certain GPA, or for example, what is GPA? Okay, we have this cumulative GPS and all that, no? Grade point average.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, you have grades, no? What is it? Or which particular exam you are having these particular grades now? 10th class, you have grade. Have you seen this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
For the past 2 years.
Yes. So grades would be from 1 to 10th class exam. How many grades they have? Or what is the maximum grade? 10-point grade?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what does it mean if the person is getting 9.5 grade?
He's an intellectual.
Okay, if I convert that into percentages, 90.
99.9.
Yes, 95 if it is 9.5.
95%.
Yes. So based on that criterion, can I come to know the intelligence of a person?
Yes, sir.
You getting me? How intelligent a person? Can I make an assessment of that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So based on that, can I predict his success rate?
To an extent.
Yes, sir.
So criterion, if it is based on certain criteria, and if that particular criteria is going to give information about, the test you have constructed. Okay, so this is called as criterion validity. Okay, based on certain criteria. Okay, it can be GPAs, and for example, you're talking about. So is this particular GPA, if they have this many points, or if they get this, so this is what they are. And based on this particular criterions, for example, 95% or 9.5%. Okay, and if it is giving some lead to his intelligence, can I make a prediction?
Yes, sir.
How successful is going to be? For example, we have this entrance test now. Entrance test for taking you into different PG subjects, etc. in a regular course. Or for example, common entrances, like what can be common entrance? Tell me an example of a common entrance.
NEET.
NEET, okay, good. State level, we have this law sets,
LSAT,
yes, different common sets. So they are trying to conduct a test based on the test results they are taking students. So why? So what is this test results are telling you or predicting you? how good the person is going to excel in that particular course, or with how much of ease he can complete that particular course. Okay, are we getting any prediction based on this course? Just think about how successful is going to be. What does it mean if a person is not qualifying that particular entrance test?
That he's not even having the basic knowledge of that particular subject he wants to further study.
Okay, if he's included into a test, what is the probability that he gets successfully out of the course?
Could you repeat that, please, sir?
If he is included into a course, what is the success rate of this particular person?
At least 50%.
Is not qualifying the exam, entrance exam itself.
It's not even 20-30%.
You getting me? So are we trying to predict so how this particular person is going to be either successful or not going to successful complete this particular course based on certain entrance exam scores? You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it doesn't mean that they have limited seats. Yes, for that they are having ranks, etc. Okay, but they have qualifying marks. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
At least the person should get qualified so that he would be given a seat. Why they're not offering? Okay, the person is not able to qualify seats. Based on this particular score, we can predict. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
So how successful is going to be in the course can be predicted. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
For example, 9.5 and etc. If he's getting GPS and all that, okay, so that is also going to give me a lead. Okay, so how this particular person is going to do in the next course. So this is what if a test is having validity, so it can also have predictive function, which is called as predictive validity.
Validity.
Okay. For example, as we talked about intelligence test, if it is intelligence test, if it is having certain criteria and also if it is having predictive ability, then it is going to give you a lead about how successful this person is going to be. Okay. So when we get this test scores, is that clear?
Yes.
It's called predictive validity.
Validity.
Okay. Then we have the last one, that is the concurrent validity. Okay, so concurrent validity is the present status of the person as well as the criterion, the reference. Okay, it is the combination. So concurrent, the present marks as well as the what the person was getting, or based on the criteria, if you try to combine that and if it is going to tell you, so that is called as concurrent validity. Okay, so this is how we have different types of validities. And the last one is the construct validity. So construct, what is this construct?
In this, what all the steps we are taking care to conduct the experiment, we are taking in a particular format, step 1 on 1, considering all kind of, means like covering all the criteria, whatever is required.
Good. So all criteria, the content part, okay, the theoretical framework. So at the time of construction, okay, so if you're taking care of all these things, okay, it is called as having construct validity. So this is how you try to look at reliability and validity of the test we are constructing. Okay, so we have framed questions. We have shown it to the experts. The experts are also going to tell you, so to what extent they are correct, not correct, and all that. Okay, and also there is another one, if they have given it or not. Okay, face validity also they have. So face validity is like an informal. Okay, it's an informal to that of a content, where by going through the content, one will tell whether this test is talking about intelligence or not. So face validity is another one. Maybe they have not given that, which is an informal one, where if you try to just look at certain questions, so if it is going to lead or if it is going to give you some clue about what the test is measuring about. What is actually phase? So what is called as phase?
A period, sir?
For example, phase is just you look at that. So whether it is good, not, okay. So as we talk about the people, their expressions and all that, okay. So test by just looking at that, okay, not in depth also. If it is going to give you some lead about so what this particular test is about, so that is also called as okay phase validity. So maybe they have not given that. Okay, then we have different aspects of validity, like for example, bandwidth, fidelity. So bandwidth is a range. Okay, it refers to the range of applications or applicability of a test. Okay, for example, if you have one particular test, it will be having certain different dimensions or areas. You agree with this? For example,
Yes.
intelligence, reasoning ability, and all that. If you remember,
Yes, sir.
so it's not only talking about the overall, but also it is talking about different areas and how much the person is good at in that particular area. So the bandwidth is a range, different components of a test. Then group homogeneity. What is homogeneity? Homogeneous group is a same group. Okay, so this particular test or validity is talking about how you try to excel on similar situations or similar areas. So what is homogeneous? Homogeneous is similarity.
Similarity.
Okay, so how successfully going to be based on the other the similar constructs. So that's called as group homogeneity. So all this, for example, this so-called our the qualifying exams kind of thing. Okay, for example, intelligent MCET, for example.
IELTS.
Yes, it's to do with English language. You getting me? The homogeneous group is about the language part. Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
So how is going to be with regard to language? So with that particular exam, it's going to talk about, or it's going to give a lead about all that. So that's called as group homogeneous. Okay, then cross validity. Okay, cross validation is according to different tests where you can cross validate one test to the other test, and you can predict about how successful the person is going to. Then there is a small one which is talking about the relationship between reliability and validity. So what is the relationship between validity and reliability? So if a test to be valid, it should be reliable.
Reliable.
Okay, so only if a test is reliable, then it is going to be valid. Okay, so please do remember that. So then we will start with the block 3, that is unit 7, which is talking about norms. Okay, so as I said, with regard to validity and reliability, you try to know what is valid and what is reliability. Then you try to know about what are the different types of validities and reliabilities. Okay, the rest of the things they have given for knowledge purpose, just you go through them. In exam also you are going to get about reliability and types of different methods of reliability, then validity and types of validity only.
Validity.
Okay, the rest of the thing what they have given is about the knowledge purpose. Okay, you can go through that, but questions would be that only. And types, validity, reliability, and types. Then norms. So what is a norm? So we have discussed before also. Norm is the average performance of a
particular group or individual.
Okay, particular group actually. Okay. So if you have taken a group of individuals for whom you are trying to construct a test, for example, school students, or maybe grade 8 students, or it can be maybe 10th grade students. So you are trying to construct a test for them, because after 10th, they should decide upon so which particular group they should go or pick at the intermediate. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
It's a crucial stage. So to make a decision to help them out, so you have trying to construct a test, maybe an interest schedule or a test which is talking about in which particular area they are having interest. You getting me? So
Yes.
if you include as many as 10th grade students, okay, because more the number of sample or more number of people if you try to include, okay, they would be, okay, showing individual differences. You agree with this? Each individual is different. Each individual is different. You agree?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So when you try to have a large number of people, okay, so large number of individual differences would be coming into picture, and they are more generalized. The results what you're getting can be more generalizable, or they can be applied to a large number of people. For example, if I take only 100 10th class students and whatever results they are showing, so based on that, if I try to frame or come up with what is the average, and if I start, okay, giving interpretations based on that particular 100 people, so is that good? Or if I can include at least 1,000 students and 1,000 students performance if I'm taking, and if I'm saying that this is what the average, so which one is going to be more meaningful? Just think about it. Having less number of students or including more number of students. So which one would be more generalizable, or which one or which results would be more meaningful? A large number of students, because as I said, being a large number, so more number of individual differences, so more scores I am taking, and I'm trying to make average of more or large number of scores. So when I administer on individual people at a later stage, so there the results are going to be good. Okay, so this is how you try to administer the particular the test what you have constructed on a group of, okay, maximum available. So for example, as I said, if 10th class students, so how many 10th class students would be there, for example? Some lakhs of people, agree?
3 to 4 lakhs, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes. So as an individual, so how much time will it take to make everyone to attempt this particular test what I have designed? For example, if you take 3 lakhs only, so how much of time will it take? Some years together, you agree?
10 years minimum, sir.
Okay. So is it practicable?
No, sir.
No.
You taking 10 years of time. By the time you come up with actual test also, the questions would have got, okay, outdated. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
New areas might be added, new techniques might be added. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
More advancement would have taken place. So the concurrent validity says that, okay, then in that particular context, okay, what you're trying to test, okay. So what is a reasonable number I can have as a sample? So they call population the 3 lakh people. 3 lakh people I cannot conduct test. So from that I take sample. Okay, maybe at PG level. So you have this all this in the research, okay, population, then you try to pick, okay, the manageable number. Maybe it is hundreds or thousands according to your time and availability and how serious you are about the test construction. So you take some group of people and you try to conduct the results on them, the test on them. After once you conduct a test, what you're going to get after test, you're going to get their scores. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
The results.
So that scores, when you try to average, the average performance is called as a norm. For example, if I have 6 students with me, so what is the average of 6?
3, sir.
Good. So I take 6 individual scores. So how many scores, or what is the score of each individual? I try to calculate all that, divide by 6. So whatever I'm going to get the score, so that will become my norm for this particular group, because norm says that it is the average performance of a particular group. Okay, so that
Group.
is norm. Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these norms can be of different types. So based on the age equivalent norms. Okay, so if you have constructed intelligence test, and if this intelligence test can be used, okay, 18 and above. So is the score of 18 age student would be equal to that of a 50 age student or 50 age person? At the age of 50, is he going to get same score as that of a 18 years young child?
No, sir.
You getting me?
Yes, sir.
But my test says it is 18 and above. So if at the age of 18, if he's scoring maybe 8 out of 10 is considered to be above average intelligence, but same 8 can I expect at the age of 50 or 55?
No, sir.
So for that, based on ages, we have well-established norms. So I take, okay, individuals of 55 age, and I try to conduct a test, and I have the test scores of all of them age 55. I try to take average of that particular group. So whatever will be the average, I fix that particular score as a norm for the age of 55. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simple. Don't get confused. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. There is a difference between 18 years and 55 years. The same score cannot be for both of them equal. For that, if I have one particular designated age, for that age, I take age, that particular age people, and I try to find average of that particular group, and I fix that as a norm. So that is with regard to ages.
Age.
Same way it can be with regard to gender also. So males and females, I think there exist a differences. So based on the genders also, I try to have norms separate. Was it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So all women participants who have taken, I have scores of them, I try to come up with the average of them. Simple. So age norms, gender norms, and also the other can be grade norms. Okay, what is a grade?
Like
It's called as
A
grade
class and
equivalent. Okay, certain grade or a class. You have first grade, second grade, no?
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
we use class 1, class 2. Maybe in the western side, they talk about grade
Yes, sir.
1, 2, etc. So according to certain classes or grades, so if I try to design or fix norms, it is called as grade equivalent norms. So what are they called as? Grade or class equivalent
Norms.
norms. Grade equivalent, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Simple. Grade or a class. So percentile norms. Next one is the percentile norm. So percentile score is a score which is talking about your relative position where you stand among the taken group. This is not a percentage. Okay, please make a note of this. It is not
Percentage.
It is percentile, the relative position of you. So if I have administered a test among these 6 people, so among these 6 people, what is your relative position? Where you stand among these 6 people is called as percentile norms. Okay, generally, if you have a standard test, no, we need not calculate them manually. So they have this particular percentile norms also. Already printed, well established percentile norms. Okay, according to the ages. For example, if you are age 40 and female or a male, according to that, if you're getting 30 score, so the corresponding percentile score also would be given. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Only thing is that how to look at the results, you should be clear about that. Okay, then standard score. Okay, standard score or 10 scores they called as, okay, as we have standard 10. Grade point of 10. Did you remember this? We talked just now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in our so-called psychological test, so rather than talking in terms of how many marks you're getting, so that marks based on the age, they are converted into standards 10, like we have in our SSC results grades. For example, if out of 10, what is the average?
5, sir.
5. So if someone is scoring above 5, they are called as above average, below average. Okay.
Yes.
For example, 8 and above can be called as high. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is how actual score is converted into another form, which is called as, in terms of 10, which is called standard
Score.
10 score. Okay.
Norms.
Then the another one is a Z score. So Z score is also again, okay, a statistical term. Okay, we need not bother about them. So it is a type of test score. Okay, for that they've already given formula also. Please write on page number 86. So if you are interested, so you can look at that. So there is a conversion. So what score you getting for a test? If it is maybe out of 100, how much of test score you are getting? So that based on certain steps what they have given. So if you try to convert them, so you are going to get a score which is called as Z score. So this Z score is also again used for psychological testing purpose. Okay. So according to the age, according to the score, just if you look at the table, it is going to give you the Z score. So according to that Z score, we are going to give the final interpretation. Okay, so this is with regard to different types of norms. So especially norms would be with regard to age, gender, okay, grade or class. So they are very, very important. The other scores can be, okay, 10 scores and the Z scores. And also we have percentile scores. Especially SPM, if you remember, they have this percentile scores. Actually, grade would be there. Grade 1, the corresponding percentile. Then there would be final interpretation. So if you have this particular material regarding to this RSPM, no, just you try to go through that. Do you have anything related to that? I don't think so.
No, sir.
Or maybe when you come up for another practicals, no, that time you just try to look at that. Okay, the final interpretations will be based on this type of norms. They will ask you what is the age and what is the score you are getting. So according to that score, you will be having certain grade, you will having certain percentile. So based on that percentile, you will be having the final interpretation, whether you are average, above average, or below average, or high on that particular intellectual ability and all that. Okay, So this is with regard to our so-called norms. So generally how these norms are established or found out, as I said. So you take the total group or sample one whom you are conducting this particular test, at the time of test construction. So include all their scores. If it is age, norms at that particular age, you try to include all of them. So generally age norms would be not with regard to one particular age, for example 18, but it would be a range 18 to 21. So you try to include all of them. You conduct a test, you take all the test scores, then you try to calculate the averages, and this is how you come up or you find out age related norms. You take a grade, the same grade, calculate that grade norms. To take genders, no, this is how you calculate gender related norms. So was it clear about norms?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So other minute details are given in the book. As you know, we don't have time. You try to go through that. So can we stop?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes, sir.
another clarification. What about tomorrow's class? Do we have tomorrow class?
Yes, sir, we do have.
On 20 and 21st also we have
Yes.
classes.
Yes.
Sure, then see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.